This is Dave Meltzer with Entrepreneurs, the Playbook. I am ecstatic to be here with someone who I've met, watched from afar and up close, and truly, I consider you a modern day mentor, not only to me, but so many people I know. Randy Jackson, entrepreneur, unbelievable superstar.
Appreciate it, Dave. Thanks, man.
You know, I called you an entrepreneur because if I really went through all the different listings of what you've done, from the music career to the TV career to the production entrepreneur, VC career, we'd be here forever. But I really want to get to your playbook to success, because you're someone, no matter what you have done, you somehow rise to the top, like the cream of the top of the cream. And you started at 13 just as a musician in Louisiana.
Yeah,
Right?
in the Deep South.
Company in the Deep South.
Yeah.
I love to get the perspective of a 13-year-old of what you thought you were going to be.
You know, as a 13-year-old in Louisiana, you know, you think that, am I ever going to get out of here? What are my dreams? What do I want to do? And it's funny for me when I think back about it now. I guess I was an entrepreneur even as a kid, because I was playing sports. I was in a bunch of bands. I was in the orchestra. I was playing football, and I was in the marching band, which you could, because the marching band plays for the football team.
Right.
But so, I mean, I was doing a lot of things even then, because I was one of those kids that I would just soak up and sponge everything that I heard. And I guess I was kind of wide-eyed and interested in a lot of things, but I didn't realize that until I got older, how to do it and how to make things manifest. So one of the good things about growing up in Louisiana, I know you went to Tulane there, bless you.
All right.
He's a Louisiana boy anyway.
That's right, at heart.
You learn the word authentic. So that's a big thing on the music side. They go like, yeah, I know that's what you're doing, but is that really you, Dave?
Right, like George Porter.
Right. Because they don't believe you, because, you know, people want to do a lot of things and people lie and they fantasize and do shit. But is that really you? So that was one of the things. The other thing that really occurred to me when I was younger, and I didn't know what this meant, is I always felt like, okay, let me try and do this. Let me do the best that I can. Let me try and be the best I can at it. And then go, you know what? I'm satisfied with that. What's next? So what's next has always been a big thing of mine. And then there was a song around 17, 18 that came out. It was a Donny Hathaway song, actually. And one of the lines in it was basically, essentially, the way I took it, was essentially evolution of the man. We're evolving continuously at every age, no matter what age. I've done this. What's next still? What's driving you? That keep pushing you. You hear people say the phrase that, listen, I'll sleep when I'm dead. I'll never stop pushing, because you're always interested and curious, at least I am, in things and what's going to help people, what can inform people, what can inspire people, because that's really what the life of a music man really is. You know, those lyrics, you become the poet for the people, and you want to inspire people and have them aspire to see where they could go to. Like, you know, for every star that you love, I don't know what music you really love, but you go, that guy did it. If you're a Springsteen fan, Bruce did it. Wow. That guy came from nobody. There's probably 5 people in a bar when he first played, and now he's playing the stadiums with 100,000 people. So even when we were doing Idol, to me, I would say to people, what's Idol like? I say, well, listen, it's like the Rocky story set to music. Can the Butcher, as unbelievable as that scene, beat the champ? Against all odds, bro.
That's awesome.
So I always do that, and I've always been interested in a lot of things. In music, other than the art form itself of writing, producing, performing, it is seriously a business. So in order to really ascend and excel in it, you have to really figure out what the business is. Because, you know, you don't trust many people. I'm kind of like that now. Everyone's guilty until proven innocent. Sorry, it's just that's what I've learned. But, you know, what do you do? You know what I mean? What do you want to do, and what do you know about business? So you're always relying on other people if they're telling you the truth or not. So once again, is that person authentic, or are they just lying to me and they have different agendas? So I started to learn a lot about the business, everything that I could, because then I could protect the art that I was creating or managing or helping to create. And one of the things I never thought I'd do after my journey days is I became an A&R guy for 20 years in corporate record company America. One of the things that it really helped me is I was in the business, so I have to now understand the business. So right, somebody goes, well, I don't like that song. Sorry, there's 20 million people that love it and they're buying it. So right. I'm happy you don't like it, but we're killing it over here. So a lesson, I was trying to become a producer. This is like in the 80s, I was working on a record with the late great Tom Dowd, who had done, he was there part of the Atlantic Records years with Aretha, with Ray Charles, Rod Stewart, he'd making all these records. So I was doing a session up in the Bay Area in San Francisco. I was living at the time with him. And he said, so I hear you want to be a record producer. And I go, yeah. So he says, you're one of those music school guys. I go, well, yeah, I went to music school and musician, You played a lot of jazz. Yeah, I played jazz. And you did all this jazz fusion stuff. So he said, yeah, you know a lot of notes, I'll bet. I go, well, yeah, I wasn't thinking it was a diss or whatever, but
right.
It's just real. He says, okay, pick up the Billboard magazine. I go, okay, cool. He says, what do you like in the top 10? No. What do you like in the top 20? I look at it and I go, some of this stuff is cool, man. I don't know. It's all right. You know what I mean? He says, that's exactly the answer that I thought you'd give. I go, wow, what do you mean? He says, well, the first lesson I'm going to teach you as a producer, you got to figure out why those songs are resonating with people, why they're loving that, and how to apply that to what you're doing. Forget whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not is immaterial here. That's the back part.
Yeah, he wanted you to pick number one.
Exactly. If you're a business person and you love Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos or whatever, what did they do? What are they doing that you can apply to your own life? So, because those guys have done it and made it quadruple times. So that's the thing to study, to aspire. So that's what happened to me early on as a producer, because I had to really figure out the business, because people all have likes, people like this, I don't like that, people love this, I hate that. But the opinions, everyone's got one. But where's the majority of the opinions in the business sense? So funny thing in the record business, my first 2 weeks on the job at Columbia Records, I was like, okay, I got it now, I think. All of these people love this record. 5 people hate it. 10 million people love it. I'm going with the 10 million. Forget being this artist,
right,
this artistic. Yeah, why is it resonating with people?
Yeah.
Like, why am I listening to the haters that are few in number and not really paying attention to what's working? So learning to pay attention to what's worked and continue building on that.